The use of generative AI tools such as ChatGPT has transformed businesses and professions, boosting productivity and optimizing processes. As we bring in the new year, Catherine Lien, Managing Director of IBM Malaysia, discusses key technology trends in 2024 with generative AI at the center.
When we looked at the technology trends in 2024, we are excited to see the exponential growth in generative AI, and it's going to be a $16 trillion opportunities in 2030. Now, technology eminence will define winners in the respective organizations. And it is very interesting to see that when we did the Institute business value surveys across the CEOs, most of the consistency of feedbacks were that generative AI will become an AI plus in investment, and ecosystems of generation in building up the technologies will be a very important part to define the success of this organization. Now, as we see all the cybersecurity tightening across the organizations, the AI governance will be the top priorities for the CEOs to implement. Now, conversations around AI will no longer just sit with the IT department. CEOs have made realize that it is a conversation to drive digital transformation for their business optimization across the many years to come.
Catherine also outlined gaps in generative AI implementation in Malaysia and what IBM is doing to address them.
The major observation that I see in the gaps to be able to implement generative AI is really to do with the skill sets. And where we, IBM Malaysia, has seen the gap in the skill sets to upskill typically employees and also users across the organizations, we have fundamentally introduced IBM Skills Build as the online program for us to be helping through the organizations in terms of reskilling and upskilling. Now, this online education is a free education for all levels of learners that includes cybersecurity, AI, data science, and also hybrid cloud. And our strategy and objective is to be able to upskill 2,000 learners across the next 3 years that will be ready for the workforce when the generative AI explosion is consistent to the $16 trillion opportunity in 2030.
In addressing skepticism and concerns surrounding the use of generative AI, Catherine said it's important to build trust within the system.
At IBM, Trust AI is our most priority. Where we build up the AI technology, we also need to make sure that the data is the data trust is intact, and the confidentiality of data in every organization that uses generative AI is being implemented. IBM Watson X.governance is there to address through this overall criteria of ecosystem, where the implementations will enable every organization not only to be able to build the data trust across the platform, but to ensure that every user adheres to the trust and also the data governance of every sector that they use us in.
SMEs make up about 95% of businesses in Malaysia. Therefore, Catherine emphasized the need to upskill and reskill employees for generative AI adoption.
It's really through the upskilling of their employees and to reskill their employees as well. And for me, when we looked at the whole SME organization that's in need to build up their technology trend investment, government of the whole industry should look at how we can be able to provide insights to rebates, incentives, and also upskillings of what I actually call it as re-education, to make sure that these technology industries can be adopted across the SME organizations.
According to Catherine, the adoption of new technology and the upskilling of talent is also in line with the Madani framework to accelerate the country's digital transformation.
If you look at the digital economy blueprint, the Madani framework, it has been clearly defined that the initiatives that the government is taking is to drive through the upskillings of talents and to make sure that the co-investment between the private and the public sector is made realized. And this is a journey. And we feel that this journey will not be an endpoint. It's a journey for us to continue to make realize how relevant technology will be and how relevant that we could partner together with the government to make this realized here in Malaysia.